Hello, hello, hello! Welcome to week 2 of Swiss for the Glitch Mentor Tournament 2023. This time we have KiebsGaming versus WindFox podcast with Obscure and Maniacal joining us. How are you doing?
Doing okay. Excited to see this race that I didn't get to catch earlier. I love these vodcasts as a great way to catch the ones that I can't catch live. And I'm glad that I was able to hop on to join you and Obscure on this one. Obscure, how are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Thank you very much. Thanks for inviting me here. Yeah, and about the same, really. I haven't really seen much of these two runners, so it'd be really good to see how they're doing throughout this tournament.
Yeah, I know very little about Kiebs. Kiebs' mentor, Flipheel, I was fortunate enough to get to chill with and meet at SGL. And actually the same for WindFox's mentor, Homemade Beer. So I know both the mentors in this one. And WindFox, I know, has been around for a couple years, has really been improving pretty drastically lately. So I'm excited to see sort of, the growth that each runner has shown and how they're doing at learning their glitches.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. I mean, the two mentors are quite well known in the community, and I've definitely seen both the runners around as well. So not a stranger to the non-glitch modes, but I mean, it's the great equalizer really, having to learn these glitches in a quite short amount of time, really, considering how many glitches there actually are to learn, and be confident enough to pull them off during a race.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's almost a little bit overwhelming. I'm just starting to feel like I'm getting a little bit comfortable with some of what's going on in OWG with a sword. And then next week, we're not even going to have swords. And then we're going to have completely different logic.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say a completely different logic, but I mean, it does make you think where you want to route, because all those spin speed clips and everything like that become a little bit more difficult. Yeah, especially things like early mountain climbs and such come a little bit more tricky.
Yeah, definitely it's going to be tricky if you want to do an early mountain route.
Yeah, definitely. Not impossible, but...
No, not impossible at all. Just maybe, at least I've assessed for someone of my skill level with it, probably not advantaged relative to other choices I could make.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean with overworld glitches, there's so many different ways to open anyway. So if you're less comfortable with early mountain plays, there's definitely a few other plays that can be equally as viable.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like with OWG, I mean, you have boots and a sword, you kind of have most of the world just kind of open to you. And so it's about where do you want to go and in what order, because you're probably going to end up doing most of it anyway. We see an early uncle here from Kiebs, which is aggressive, a little off meta.
Yeah, definitely. It's something you don't see very often. Has isolated the front of escape there, whereas actually, like, we're a little bit ahead there. Oh no, now we're synced again. Okay, nice. But yeah, WindFox here actually looking for this early advantage. Like, front of escape, you can quite easily see an hour plus into a seed.
Yeah, and both runners got uncle early, which is unusual. And then WindFox is taking that sword and saying, I'm doing front of castle.
Yeah.
So
it'd be quite interesting to
interesting
for sure. It'd be interesting to hear their point of view, or what made them go for these kind of plays, because it's not very often. Like, we had a daily race on Speed Gaming a few days ago, and front of escape had a mirror, and a lot of people skip that in Zelda Cell. So it's in fact decided not to go to Zelda Cell.
No, we're seeing, not going to Zelda Cell. I guess stealing the key. We're seeing new DMA here from Kiebs. Yep. Nicely executed.
Oh yeah, that's. I know a lot of my mentees. That's been a tricky one to get your head around, that new DMA.
Yeah, it's a fun one though. I had a lot of fun learning that strat.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of ways you can mess it up, but then there's a lot of ways you can fix the mistakes you would reasonably make.
Yeah,
So it's not as punishing as a lot of the other glitches when you mess it up.
for sure. And it's kind of a necessary glitch if any of these runners do decide to go into an RMG kind of a run and try those sort of runs out. It becomes quite necessary to do those. Whereas in Rando, there's
We got the weird boulder-induced zip.
yeah,
there.
the yeet. Unfortunately, you were a couple of weeks too early for that. We'll be seeing more of that in the HMG seeds, but not too big of a deal. Just save and quit and start again.
Yep, once he got the old man turned in, all of a sudden going to Hera or going somewhere near where Hera is pretty free. Just, tap up and up the stairs and keeps in. And WindFox, with that fire rod from Link's house, that's a good call. Okay. So that makes key route a lot easier. I can see why WindFox wanted to steal the key then.
Yeah. I don't know if they've picked up I think they have picked up a map. Oh, nice hook shot. Nice early hook shot.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen the map. If we haven't seen the map, then it's in Zelda's cell, and interestingly, we're still death warping, so I think maybe there's an item in Zelda's cell. I think maybe the map was earlier in the escape. I would have expected a save and quit otherwise here.
Yeah. I want to say I subconsciously saw the map in Dark Cross.
Okay, yeah, I definitely was not paying attention in Dark Cross. So.
Neither was I. That's what I'm saying, subconsciously, unless I just saw a map from somewhere else. But
yeah, presumably we have it from somewhere because we're going back for Zelda's cell.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't think it's a play you'd really want to make if there was a chance of a map being there. You'd just be like, well, if it's something there, it's gone, and I've lost the race.
Yeah, and I guess with hookshot, once you go to the mountain, making East Mountain really accessible and having that early bottle, that you just kind of look at that back of escape play is pretty strictly advantaged, and you can kind of eat the time loss of having to traverse back to the cell. Whereas if something's here and you don't do it now, when are you ever getting back to this?
Yeah.
Hour 15, maybe, if lucky.
Yeah, but it wasn't really in the front of escape though. It was in the back of escape. So it kind of depends when Kiebs now finds a glove. Gloves can be go mode in overworld glitches. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see where this glove turns up.
Yeah, even if the hookshot's behind go mode, like I still don't feel bad about having it early.
Definitely.
If I'm WindFox, like there's a lot of mobility and a lot of convenience, even in just executing some of the. Exchanging spin speed for hook speed.
That's really unfortunate.
Bowler and Bully off the edge and
really
straight to death.
Yeah, really not playing nice today.
Yeah. Good news is, unless that was the only accessible glove there on Molorm, that will be coming back with a hookshot probably.
Yeah. Which we know is in back of escapes. Just have to see when it turns up. But yeah, I can't blame Kiebs for going to do something else for now. Didn't see what that was there on Lumberjack. Just looked like a shadow.
Oh, I was watching Spec Rock, so WindFox already saying, you know what? Let me use that. That bonk? No, that's not the right.
No, it's slightly too low.
Okay, I was gonna say if that bonk setup worked and just like gave you the right Y alignment.
Oh, I guess it does.
Oh, what? What is this setup? I'm gonna have something to play around with later. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I learned.
Yeah, it's not really, I guess, a strictly needed setup because it's just a normal teleport. But if it works for Kiebs, and it's kind of, I think, what a lot of the mentors are kind of saying to their mentees quite a lot. It's like, don't just use me as a mentor. Like, use other. Oh no. Taking another death, but yeah, use another mentor or even two mentors and just find out how they route, how they play, what kind of glitches, and then you can kind of put things together and use the glitches that you work well for you and get your kind of way you play.
Yeah, I've definitely found that really nice over the first couple weeks as a mentee. That I've learned some really interesting things from each of the two mentors I've worked with thus far. But then I've also had a few points of confusion where like the second mentor I worked with would tell me to do something completely differently from the first mentor, and then like I would get them confused. So you gotta be a little careful about it.
Of course, yeah.
it's been really good getting multiple people's perspectives, and I
Definitely.
appreciate that everyone's been so giving of their time.
Oh yeah.
So Kiebs is going to show off this setup again that neither of us understand, apparently. And there's a lamp.
Yeah, WindFox actually found a glove in the blinds hut and a mirror.
Oh wow.
So that hook shot's not super locked really. So yeah.
And I didn't catch what was in Zelda Cell. I guess we're going for we want whatever's on the floating island.
There's an ether up there.
Oh,
so
okay.
Pick it up for later. And it was Zelda Cell was just 20 rupees, so
This
not
is
too bad.
not these red tektites. Like this is okay. Maybe.
Yeah, usually we'd do it on the other side. Up. Oh, wrong way.
Yeah, that was a down teleport, and it worked.
That was. You're doing the opposite land bridge. But yeah, you usually go up by where the Turtle Rock transition is, and there's a little diagonal you can do up there, and it just keeps the dead rocks and tektites away.
There's a diagonal you can do up by toward Turtle Rock, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not actually. Yeah.
I'll have to learn. I guess it's an up teleport as well.
Yeah, it's an up teleport. It's the same thing. It's literally just on the other side just before you transition over to Turtle Rock. There's a little diagonal there, and you can just clip up there and get into Floating Island. But gets it done.
Yeah, because I've been using the same setup that Kiebs was just using.
I mean, there's so many ways. Like some runners would just go from Hera and just clip up from there, and regardless of what the floating island is, we'll just check it from the clouds. Jump in if they need it, and leave if they don't.
Yeah, and this looks like some live mentoring here. Yeah, just dash to the right, and there you go, Kiebs. Nice.
Yeah, I don't like that glitch. I still struggle with it from time to time. Like, it can be a bit tricky to get the right pixels and everything, so it's nice just to take a few extra steps. Oh, be careful, you're back down to 1 heart.
Don't die again, Kiebs. And we're just getting that fire rod out, just in case.
Yeah, it's this last Moldorm. Like, regardless of what mode you're playing, that Moldorm can just ruin everything. So it looks like we haven't had a map check, but it is a pendant desert.
I'm surprised we aren't using that ether medallion.
That's true.
That would clear the bottom spiral out pretty nicely there. But unfortunately, a death, but we're just going to leave Paradox for now? No?
Yeah. Don't blame him.
Paradox has so many items. I kind of see going back to it, but...
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it looks like we're going back to it. I was going to say, I'm surprised we're leaving it for now. But I think it was just a missave and quit.
Maybe. I mean, there's always the possibility that Kiebs could just go to Kakariko and do some other things and try and put themselves up a little bit before. Because even though the mountain does have a lot of plays and we can get there early, like there's a lot of stuff that can kill us really easily.
Yeah, I mean, the red tektites over there just hit so hard.
Definitely.
All right, so you bonk, you dash turn up.
Yeah.
And then you buffer in here and do what looks like a down teleport.
It looks like it, yeah.
And it looks like this is the same sort of like half circle thing into an up. It looks like it works very similarly to the traditional setup.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to play around with that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the glitches, it's got the same ends. It's just different ways, different means to an end, basically. So there's usually a few different ways. It's just find something that works for you.
Definitely. The thing I like about that setup is it normalizes your Y pixel, and you just don't have to spend any time wiggling in to find the right teleport pixel.
That's very true.
See what all of our hard-earned Paradox Cave contains here for Kiebs.
WindFox has decided to go for the boss. I think there is still an item. We still don't know what color. Oh no, well, he's just marked as a pendant, but We don't know what color pendant, but I guess there's an item here. You know, we got glove, we got everything for it. Let's just get it done. Even got half magic as well. So.
Yeah, you got fire rod and half magic.
Yeah, and not soft locking ourselves in here, so we can leave afterwards.
Yep, with that glove, we can do whatever we need. Just a blue bottle, but
yeah,
blue bottles are great.
We got ourselves a flute, sort of.
Yes, very, very much, sort of.
It's the improved flute, as we like to say. There's many uses.
Like the no cut scene to activate flute.
Yeah.
Is our... I don't know if the subpixel's right here for Kiebs.
Doesn't look like it.
Oh, looks good. Okay.
Nicely recovered.
I was a little concerned.
So, I mean, where Kiebs can kind of make up a little bit of time, because with those unfortunate deaths, probably has lost a little bit of times. Like, when he does go and check Desert, which I assume he might, he will be able to route in that Bombos tablet as well.
Yeah, it's a very good point. Just extra check density will be available in the area by virtue of having that book.
Absolutely. And then it's for WindFox, if something does end up being on there, it's like, when do you kind of route in Bombos tablet? I know we can glitch up there, but it's still quite isolated.
Yeah, that's what I'm realizing about the early game in this mode is you kind of have to pick and choose which spots you're willing to put off until much, much later.
Definitely.
Because there's just going to be so much open as you find items that whatever you don't go to, it might be a long, long time until you get there.
Yeah. I mean, we all joke about the flute being like this, you know, not that great item. It doesn't do anything, which is true. It doesn't do anything for us. But in terms of going back to all these isolated locations, wow, flippers. But yeah, in terms of going back to these isolated locations, it just helps out so much just to get around. But the problem is with the glitch seeds, that flute can just be anywhere if we find it at all.
Yeah, we'll see if it shows up. So we're starting to thin out a decent bit of what the light world's got. What do you think this is looking like?
This is looking
still
like
all the
mountain.
Eastern stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this is they're just swapping right now, so looks like Kiebs is going to go up the mountain, and Kiebs is going to go towards the desert and everything, and WindFox is going to go up the mountain. So right now, I mean, we're still looking for that moon pearl. They've got the option of doing some fake flute in action. We still haven't done South Shore.
Yeah, we have South Shore, Zora. Yeah, the eastern area.
Yeah, I mean, with that mirror as well, like that can give us some logic for Moon Pearl being in Dark World, in some of the like Skullwoods and Super Bunny, potentially Turtle Rock. I think if we get Titans, so it's hard to tell right now because this Moon Pearl can just really just be in an awkward location right now.
It's a very good point.
So it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it all depends on like the confidence of the runners. I know a lot of people who do play have been playing around with fake fluting as kind of it's been guided by the mentor, trying to help them through because it can be a bit tricky to get your head around. So we'll see if because WindFox does have a blue potion, so we'll see if he decides to do any fake flute in action and could potentially fake Dark World his way back into South Shore. Or mirror. Like the mirror helps as well. So we'll see.
It looks like we are going to find out from WindFox sooner rather than later what was on Moldorm, if anything. So
yeah.
Have to keep an eye out on that. That could be a key piece of this.
I mean, they're so confident. They've already marked Moldorm as done before they've killed him on their tracker.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow. Imagine the bosses being that free.
Yeah.
Imagine Auto Tracker just doing it.
Yeah.
Auto Tracker's like, nah, you got this.
Yeah. Oh, we need that. The positivity auto tracker. Oh.
Well, maybe your hubris will be your undoing here, WindFox. I don't know. I got faith.
Yeah.
WindFox got this.
I mean, does have that advantage of having a Master Sword over Kiebs when he was up here.
That helps a ton. Having the hookshot also helps a decent bit. We'll see what drops here. I know WindFox is not just balancing this, but is also concurrently balancing league playoffs as well. So a lot on WindFox's plate.
It looked like it was just a compass on Moldom anyway, so we might have actually picked up both items, which is why Kiebs is not too bothered.
And looks like we're in an okay spot for doing that first bump up teleport here, trying to... I don't think we want the bombs, I think we just want to go...
Yeah, we just want to go
straight on down to desert, yeah. Yeah, it seems like Kiebs is maybe 1 pixel too low.
Yeah, that's what it seems
the
like
resolution.
To me. Yeah. That's a very interesting.
That is
bunny
cursed looking. You're going to be more polite than I am about that one.
Oh, Kiebs looked like he had the right vertical pixel, but just wasn't far enough in. So here's a little bit more of a standard way to get to the floating island. So you do it from over here.
Oh, okay.
And then you can just blindly check the island, jump in if it's something, or leave if it's nothing.
Oh wow, yeah, that's clever, and that's on the other side of the hammer pegs too, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can get there with the hammer. Unfortunately, it does have the flippers, which does make this a little bit more tricky, but gets it done.
Sometimes that happens, and that's weird to me. Oh, okay, we're using this hop up way.
Yeah. Needs to go a little further to the left.
Yeah. I learned this one last week, but this is one of those ones where my mentor this week told me something different that I was supposed to do.
There we go. Yeah, there's a couple of ways to get over it. But yeah, usually go a little bit further to the left and just walk over it. Yeah, there is a way to quick hop as well.
I'm gonna have to review that setup again.
Oh, neither of them done my favorite clip in the game, where you literally just clip over that ledge. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to do it for the first time earlier today, and I was like, I'm glad I finally was in a situation where it made sense.
Yeah.
To do this.
I love it. I feel like it should be one of those overworld glitches that should actually just be allowed in normal runs.
It is pretty seamless and smooth, and
absolutely, yeah,
make things nicer. Although I'm coming around to my favorite being the teleport from up by Catfish down into Pod.
Oh yeah, that's
like
a nice
into the maze by Kiki, just because it makes some miserable checks all of a sudden a lot less miserable.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is that kind of check there is a little bit more overworld glitch exclusive, because with HMGs there's more convenient ways to get into Pod.
Oh yeah. Convenient ways that I have not yet learned, because I am very much not trying to poison my brain with that just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's only like an extra 5 or 6 glitches that you have to learn for HMG. It's more key logic and figuring out the Swamp Maya Hera super dungeon and getting your head around that. That's where a lot of the learning from HMG, in my opinion anyway.
Yeah, so that's the sense I have. So we're gonna down teleport here to do Bombos tabs. So we'll see if this is anything. Now that looked like it was a bit of an up teleport, so yeah. These birds are just spectating.
Oh, WindFox not getting the little hop into the graveyard ledge. See if they go for another attempt.
I'm just fascinated by these clip setups that Kiebs is using because they all look slightly different from what I expect them to look like, and some of them seem like they're working. Some of them seem like they're not.
Yeah.
And so I'm just wondering, what am I missing out on? And WindFox is getting a little bullied here by these boulders, but and then by inputs.
Yeah. We knocked him off the sub pixels or whatever's there. That kind of ruins that sometimes. Oh, getting an upwards, unfortunately.
Yeah, it seems like there's some active advising happening, and we're up. We're to Bombo's tab, and we've got the bombs. Not even 10 of them.
Yeah. So WindFox not worried about that at the moment. Does get ground to graveyard ledge as well, which is nice. Wonder if he'll do the old Tomb Raider, or the new Tomb Raider, I should say.
Yeah, with Hookshot, that's a good way to consolidate that King's Tomb check in, rather than having to take a separate trip. And it looks like he is setting up for it.
Yeah.
Just needs to not quick hop here. Use that Master Sword.
That's it.
Oh, it looks like this might be some homemade beer teaching. Here, it seems like, I don't know. Yeah. Did we quick hop in? I guess
might have been a quick hop. Yeah, he looked a little bit far out.
Yeah. Oh, we're in the wall here on Kieb's side, but we're back out of the wall.
I'm not sure what's quite happened. Yeah, just needs to buffer all the way in. I don't know.
This is just a dumb clip. You just kind of jam in as deep as you can, and it'll auto jump where you need to go.
Nice. There we are.
No gloves, never mind. We do have a glove from Kakariko, so we get checkerboard.
Looks like WindFox there forgot to move a little bit, because you can't just dash off. You kind of have to move and adjust yourself before you dash towards King's Tomb.
Oh yeah, you have to up buffer 2 pixels. I don't know if you can up buffer 1 pixel, but I don't know if that works. But 2 pixels does.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Usually I just up buffer 2 pixels. Like if you just slash upwards, it always usually does 2 pixels for me. So
yeah, I've not tested it with like an up diagonal.
Yeah. And there's those flippers. So we just need, for WindFox, just needs to move up, and there we go.
Right, we're lifting strong rocks because the game. For a shield.
Yeah.
We'll see if we find that on Flip Heel's side.
So we're kind of have done each other's checks now, so we're kind of in territory of we need to do new checks. We have no choice anymore.
The game has forced us to do different checks.
As it seems to do every single seed. that moment there where
we have the flippers.
Yeah.
So.
WindFox is just going straight for this Bombo's tablet. That's quite interesting. Didn't even check the dams, just straight here.
Yeah, I guess said maybe I know I could have been here earlier.
Yeah.
And I don't want to like get punished by this one location. Also, props to Homemade Beer for being able to mentor this sprite. Because like the shadow's pretty tough to see.
Yeah, it is.
I know when I was mentoring, even in not OWG, just like in the regular NMG mentor tournament, that when I'd have runners using non-traditional sprites, it always like would throw me for a loop a little bit on some of the setups, and being able to help with those, like, it's a challenge and a skill.
Oh, there's the second glove.
All right.
I believe that gives us a possibility of Moonpearl being in Turtle Rock now as well.
Yeah, some Ice Palace.
Yeah, an Ice Palace. So we have got a lot of terrible locations. I am ready for this terrible Moonpearl. Let's go.
Which gross spot do you want it to be?
If I was being mean, Ice Palace. Where I'd actually want it to be, probably Turtle Rock. Or something like Skullwoods. I haven't seen it in Village of Outcasts for a long time, so maybe Skullwoods.
Yeah, this is one of those things that hasn't come up for me yet, and the way that I learn rando tends to be experientially.
Mm.
And so until I encounter the situation, I don't fully understand all of the implications of what's going on. So right now my status of play in this mode is like green square good. Like lizard brain go chase green square.
Yeah, like I've seen like some of these mentors kind of walk their mentees around, and they've been doing some really aggressive plays and like doing some fake flute into Village of Outcasts, like 3 hearts and stuff like that. And you can kind of tell like how much influence a mentor is having over the mentee right now. Not that I'm saying it's a bad thing, but it's about that experience as well. Like even as a mentor myself, like I don't have the confidence to start playing around with fake flute until it's needed. So to go for like a 3-heart Village of Outcast play or something like aggressive like that, it's you can just tell where the experience really lies.
Yeah, for me, I think it's very much the information side of things, where I'm just like, okay, if it's going to be one of these really esoteric locations that I probably haven't encountered yet, I'm just going to need my mentor to like walk me through that one.
Yeah, definitely. But there will be seeds. I mean,
eventually.
Yeah. And I guess that's why the mentor is here for now. It's like, because it like I said, it's a very short period of time that a lot of people have had to learn these glitches. So there's a lot of stuff that can still turn up that a mentee has never seen before.
Absolutely. I've had a couple really interesting ones here, even in the past couple days. So it seems like we're all just kind of, getting put through the rigors of this.
Yeah,
that's the fun of it.
Absolutely, and the fact that it's a lot of experienced runners kind of learning to play the game in a new way. Like it's fun. Like it's a nice change from the normal no glitches where it's just highly competitive. Not that there isn't a competitive scene in the glitches scene either, but you can kind of have a bit of fun, or a bit more fun. There's a lot more versatility that comes along with these types of seeds. Is that a bow? Yes, it was.
That is a bow there. That's a nice item to have there. I think
Yes.
we're both going to find it pretty soon.
Yep. Looks like they're both heading there right now, so wouldn't surprise me if we're going to go for an Eastern play next. So we're going to see a joint Eastern play.
Eastern is marked as a crystal on One Runner's tracker. I don't think we've had a map check yet.
No, we haven't. WindFox has just blindly been doing dungeons.
And there's something to be said for that. Like, just, go where you think the seed is telling you to go.
Yeah.
Whether it has a dungeon prize that you actually want or not, be damned.
Definitely. I mean, Desert is it's almost built into certain people and a lot of people's openers anyway, regardless, crystal or pendant. And Hera, again, like, it's such a central place that you go to over and over again. Like, it doesn't matter, really. I thought they might have a little quick look before Eastern, but might just decide, you know what, we still don't have Moon Pearl, and I just don't really want to start doing some fake fluting shenanigans or mirror shenanigans. So I'm just going to go clear Eastern regardless. Of course, for Kiebs, he still hasn't gone to Back of Escape and picked up his hook shot yet.
Oh yeah, that's still just kind of hanging out, undone. I'm really surprised. Usually runners will get that pretty quickly after finding a glove.
Yeah. I think sometimes with glitches, though, we kind of forget about these plays that would normally be done quite quickly.
That looks like not the input. Oh, okay. There, we're okay. WindFox.
This might be Pyramid Fairy. I like it.
Yeah.
This might be Pyramid Fairy into Eastern. I mean, the Moon Pearl. Oh, here we go. Dark on that check.
All right, we got reds at Thieves and Ice. Green Pendant Swamp, Red Pendant Skull Woods. A nice long map check, too. So
Yeah.
I guess we know we have 2 crystals in Light World, and then deserts are our lone pendant.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Has to be the blue pendant. Oh, that's not. Oh, okay. I guess, yeah,
Yep.
we're going to dash into it, so there is some leeway.
So I know WindFox was having a little bit of trouble here, so hopefully he gets the little clip down to Graveyard Ledge. Otherwise, you've got to repeat the whole thing over again. Does select buffer, gets it. Nice, very well done. Can be a little bit scary.
I guess this is a different way of going about it rather than just taking the overworld death.
Yeah.
A little faster.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, you've got 4 hearts, might as well take the death. But yeah, I guess sometimes taking a death on the cabbages, that's when they decide never to hit you ever again.
I know. Like, why are they that way? And, yeah, he's in.
Getting a little stuck in the door. Door is not behaving today.
Yeah. Let's say that second one looked like it should have been good for him to get out, but I don't know what this like white feature on the outline of this sprite is.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either.
It's kind of weird. It almost looks like he's just always dashing through shallow water.
I guess WindFox is kind of thinking what he wants to do right now.
Is there some mirror wrap we're trying to do here? This looks like we're trying to mirror wrap. So I don't recognize what we're seeing from WindFox, but that doesn't mean that it's not something. In fact, it probably just means it's a thing that I don't know yet.
This is maybe fake flute.
But he was doing it with mirror.
Yeah, I think he was just setting himself up from Light World.
Oh, I see.
Over to Potion, yeah. Not somewhere I see commonly fake flute, but I love the inventiveness.
Yeah, it'll work.
Yeah. Unfortunately, loses the pixels, so gonna have to set himself up again. So yeah, he's mirroring here, gonna bonk off the signpost in Light World to put himself onto the edge of the transition.
This is a lot of steps for this.
Yeah.
It's like a commitment to being out of logic, but he does get it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, this isn't out of logic at all. Like, this is absolutely in logic. However, I don't know if I would have fluted to 7. I probably would have gone to 3 and started in, like, Thievestown Skullwoods. So needs to go up here and pull this statue just above this rock. There we are in the middle. There we go. So I believe a lot of these checks are out of logic. I don't think we have any logic right now.
That's what I was saying. Is like it seems like we're really just pushing out of logic.
Yeah. So I'm not really sure what the plan is.
I mean, as long as you keep track of it, it can work out. You know, now I'm going to blame this on the pernicious influence of homemade beer. I think beer is behind this one.
Yeah.
I'm blaming beer for what WindFox is doing right now.
So this is an early pod play. This is... I don't know how I feel about this. It's a play.
It's a place in the video game that you can go.
Yeah.
And honestly, you know, it's a crystal. Like it's gonna be productive, maybe, but you don't have the hammer, so like. I
guess it's a pod check / clear Eastern play.
Yeah, it gets you back to Eastern pretty cleanly, so
So
It's
Keebs are now
certainly a
checking
way
that
to
much.
have used your fake flute.
Yeah, it's certainly different. Like I can't say I've ever seen this before.
That is one of the
Definitely,
cool things that I think we're. Oh, there's our flute,
yeah.
our real flute that you were touching on a little bit earlier. Is everyone like in NMG? You've seen things get pretty well drilled down, and people have kind of figured out what's good and what's not.
Hmm.
And there's a little bit of that in OWG, but also like because there's so many different ways to do the same thing, everyone kind of has their own little flair or style that's a little
Absolutely.
more discernible in this mode than in a lot of the more popularly raced ones.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can understand the reasoning behind wanting to go for an early pod, because the hammer can turn up very late in a seed, so it's not necessarily a bad play to go for pod. And clearly, they're obviously putting more influence on progression rather than Moonpearl. Like right now, it's kind of like they're saying like, I don't care where Moonpearl is, I just want to make plays and get things done and do checks.
Yeah, I don't know. I mind this a lot less just because sort of the default play once you got that bow was to go to Eastern, and so
Yeah.
this line provides good coverage on the Eastern play by virtue of having the mirror when it gets over to pod.
Yeah.
And
maybe
so
not
it's less offensive to me with that in mind.
Yeah. Now I've had a chance to process it. It's not as bad as I originally thought. Again, it wouldn't be a play that I necessarily would have made. I still would have been chasing the Moonpearl. But I don't think it's necessarily a bad play now I've had a chance to think about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a set of gameplay decisions that are interchangeable with other defensible decisions.
Mm.
They're just different.
Absolutely. And that's what keeps this entertaining. Probably even more so than the non-glitch modes. Because there's just so many different ways you can route.
I mean, the world starts with... Do you actually happen to know how many checks start off in logic in this? I haven't counted them up, but...
I wouldn't know off the top of my head.
Okay.
Maybe one of the real veterans probably might have an answer to that.
Yeah, I'm just curious what it is. It feels like it's at least a factor of 1.5 greater than NMG.
To be fair, I don't even know what the amount of plays in Logic in Sphere Zero is in normal, so I don't do information. I just kind of bash my head against the wall, trip over my shoelaces, and find progression, and things happen. Don't go for information, just going for plays.
Oh yeah, so we got the mitts and that flute from Mushroom Turn-In. We're getting Mirror Super Bunny here over in the Meyer area.
Yeah, not bad idea. I do like it. It's in Logic.
Yep. Moonpearl could totally just be here.
Yeah.
We'll see. WindFox continues not caring about Moonpearl. Kiebs seems resigned to hunting it down in some gross spot wherever it happens to be hiding today.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the Moonpearl's only as effective if it's losing your time, and right now I feel like it's not lost WindFox any time by not having it.
I agree with that assessment. I think that's pretty fair. Because you've been doing some things fairly efficiently without it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you would have been able to do those things a little more efficiently with the Moonpearl, but you've benefited a little bit from a more consolidated routing, and the Moonpearl is not here in Meyershed.
No. And here we go. Here's that pod play. So this could give WindFox an early advantage because we still don't know where this Moonpearl is, and it can still be in one of the 3 dungeons that get put into play.
Yeah.
So if WindFox does end up pulling like a hammer or something here, like could give him quite a bit of a lead or an advantage, I should say.
Yeah. If hammer's in pod, which is normally kind of already a fairly gross thing, if it happens to be there, and then Moonpearl's in ice, and you can double up ice with a single dip, then this is going to work out really well for WindFox.
Oh yeah.
But we're counting on very specific scenarios that provide the outs where this is a strongly advantaged play.
For sure.
Otherwise, I
sure.
feel like it's just kind of a push with like other things you
Yeah.
could choose to do.
Yeah, like for me, my train of thought would be like find the moon pearl, and I can maybe find the hammer along the way, rather than trying to pull ahead looking for something like this. This is
That's where
something
I
I
am
might
as
do.
well.
Yeah, this is something I might do if I was racing Eri or Dante or Andy or Malmo or Chex or Spleeby or Endless List, like one of those really, really top runners. Like I might make a crazy play like this, looking for an early advantage over someone I know who is stronger than me. No, not Tam.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry,
Because
Tam.
he's bad, right? I know very few things about this community, but I do know one thing.
I'm joking.
Yes, of course we are. Much respect to Tam. I think Tam is undefeated lifetime against me in competitive arenas. So
Yeah,
he can just
Tam's
be like, "Hey, scoreboard."
Yeah, I think Tam is undefeated lifetime with a lot of people, to be honest. Anyway, back to the race.
Yeah, I haven't really found much in pod. Kiebs is doing the pyramid stuff, doing the in logic super bunny things and bunny things. Has been holding pretty fast to where the logic is telling them they're allowed to go.
But for WindFox doing all this stuff and could end up finding things, but like trying to find this moon pearl right now, it's gonna depending how long it takes Kiebs to just make that right call, because that's all it is right now. It's just make the right call, go to the right place. Like it hasn't really given us any indication where it could be. If anything, the flute was kind of the biggest indication, and that ended up being nothing. But doing all these extra checks without the moon pearl and just not worrying about the moon pearls, actually I feel like is giving WindFox again a little bit of an advantage here by just not caring and just getting checks done.
Have we seen Super Bunny Cave yet?
We have not. I don't
think we have. Yeah.
Because I'm guessing once they do Super Bunny, they'll probably route that into Turtle Rock.
Yeah. I agree because I don't understand it, so I'm trusting you.
So basically, you can go through one of the rock, the heavy rock down the bottom in Dark Death Mountain. Go up through Super Bunny and by where the rock is to Hookshot Cave, you can do some mirror shenanigans, kind of push yourself on the ledge, and then when you jump back into bunny form, you can kind of just jump off the ledge, even though you're only halfway on the ledge. So that kind of puts Turtle Rock in logic.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where if I encountered it, I would have to say, "Hey, mentor, what do I got to do?"
Yeah, I would so rarely see it, but it likes to show up from time to time to remind you it's still there.
Yeah, everyone told me that flipper wrapping into Ice Palace or Kane and Turtle Rock was rare, but I feel like that's every single seed I play. So I don't know if I believe in rare anymore in this mode.
I mean, I'm sure there's been races where the moon pearl has turned up in dodgy places, but I think this is the first race I've actually seen in this tournament where, well, we still don't know where it is, but it's looking like it is going to be a Dark World location for this moon pearl.
Yeah, it's looking like one of those dungeons, probably.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what we're getting our map check again from Kiebs. And WindFox, where are you going?
Oh, this is the mushroom hand-in.
Okay.
WindFox hasn't tracked even Medallion. I'd assume they've picked him up, though.
I don't remember where they were. Looks like we might be.
Floating island for ether.
Okay.
I can't remember what the quake was.
So interesting. Kiebs is setting up on this side with the transition, which is
using a bomb rather than bonking. So let's see where they decide to. So 3. This is what I would kind of expect.
Yeah, this is what I was expecting to see.
I'm going to use the Thieves Town door to turn back into Link State.
Yeah, the game is very clearly comfortable with what's going on right now.
Yeah, definitely.
And so what are we going to use our Link State to do?
I mean, it won't be too bad. I mean, all Kiebs need to do is just take a death in Thieves Town, and then you get to keep the Link State until you leave. And you've got that mirror to turn yourself back into Dark World, and you can go up to Skullwoods. So you won't even get stuck in fake Dark World or fake Light World or whatever it's called, as long as you remember to mirror. So we'll turn back into a bunny here. But as long as he takes a death in Thieves Town, we'll be able to check the other 2 locations afterwards.
Yeah. So that pod play out of the way, it didn't look like WindFox really found all that much there.
No.
Looks like we're getting some super bunnying here for Sea House.
Gonna do it actually in logic.
Yeah.
That's how it is intended.
It was not the Moon Pearl. WindFox doing Meyer Shed gets the Super Bunny State.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in logic, no real advantage from pod, but of course, you had to go there at some point.
So you can't. Oh, he should have actually just got himself hit.
I was gonna say, I was expecting the
the
little baton guard there to.
But this actually isn't in play. This isn't in logic. As soon as you talk to the NPC, you won't be able to open the chests.
Interesting. It shows as being in logic on the tracker.
Oh, does it? Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure as soon as you talk.
My mentor was also contending that yes, you could do this. So.
Oh, okay. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe it was me. Maybe I just lost the Super Bunny State.
I'm inclined to just believe what people are telling me in this one. But yeah, that one it worked out okay. We were able to get our quarter heart, and now.
So they're both making different plays. So this on WindFox side, this is the Turtle Rock play that I was talking about. And Kiebs just going hard looking for this Moon Pearl right now, not even thinking about Thieves Town, because that is out of logic, because you're not expected to open that door. So we'll see who's going to make the right play here. So not in Super Bunny.
Yeah, we're at the point where it's Turtle Rock or Ice Palace. You said it can't be in Skullwoods? I thought it could be here in the front.
Yeah, it can be in Skullwoods. It couldn't be in Thieves Town.
Oh yeah. Can't be in Thieves.
So here's that mirror, what do you call it? I guess a mirror clip.
Okay, so
gonna
have to watch this closely.
Yeah. Usually I just use the rock by hook shot to or the hook shot cave to line myself up, but it looks like WindFox is going for a different jumpable gap. So what you're going to do, you're going to mirror here. Needs to go a bit further to the left, so he needs to stand where he's standing there. But what you're going to do, when you mirror, you just kind of go down in the little gap without jumping off the ledge. And then when you transition back into Dark World, you're going to basically be on the edge of a ledge and be able to hop down.
Oh, well, that's both simple and adorable.
Yeah.
Getting that revival.
Yeah.
So
it looks like Kiebs found nothing in Skullwoods there.
this Turtle Rock play is just for chomps in Logic, right?
At the moment, yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff we could do, but or not even a bunch. Really, it's lava chest if we don't want to steal the key,
Oh, shovel was in Skullwoods. Okay, thank you.
and some gross hovery things that we probably don't want to do.
Yeah, not right now. There's other silly things. I mean, we could clip into GT or whatever. But yeah, so this is most likely going to be nothing. Oh, and there we go.
All right, so that was Skullwood Shovel.
Yes, that was.
Okay.
Thank you, Beer, for reminding us. So nice. So
Okay.
Kiebs hard looking for that moon pole has kind of paid off there.
Yeah. Reasonably gross moon pearl location that
Sure.
by, staying on the chase really has helped a good bit for Kiebs.
Yep. Unfortunately for WindFox, did find the big key, so it does put couple of extra checks in play here.
Yeah. In fairness to WindFox hasn't really been, doing a ton of stuff that hasn't been on the path for Moon Pearl. Really, just that pod play and things surrounding it, which was doubled with an Eastern play. So it's not like it was like some sort of gross, wacky decision.
For sure. I mean, how many times do we see pod plays without hammer or bows? So not too wild of a play. So we'll see if WindFox decides to go over to Skullwoods, or if it looks like it might be a Skullwoods play. Might just do it with Mirror. I don't think they've picked up a blue potion, even though we've got Flute, so we can quite easily pick up a blue potion.
There's not that much left that's available. Other than ice, I think.
Yeah.
And it seems like nobody wants to go into hammerless ice. Don't blame
Oh
me.
yeah, that's almost every time going to be.
Yeah, hammerless, caneless ice was not high on my list.
Yeah.
All right, we're setting up with a screen edge and mirroring. Okay.
So maybe WindFox did pick up some more.
We want more fake flute. Okay.
Yeah. So they did pick
Fake
up
flute to 3. It seems like.
Yeah, this must be to 3.
All right, I'm gonna see how this bonk setup here works for Kiebs. Okay.
Yeah, it does seem to work. Having a little bit difficulty there wiggling up the wall, but gets it done in the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with that.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
We'll see what Kiebs decides to do here. If they decide to dip into Turtle Rock, if they jump down to Catfish. Oh, Samaria. Okay, that's kind of
yeah.
that's kind of pointing a bit more. Yeah.
That helps make a decision for me if I'm Kiebs.
Definitely. Yeah. 100%. And the way the key logic works, everything apart from Trinex is in play.
Yes, yeah, with this loadout, with Fire Rod, Samaria.
Yeah. And the
Moon
big
Pearl.
key in the Chain Chomps, and then 2 small keys in the big chest and Crystal Roller. Fortunately for WindFox, the thief has come over there to play with him. Not letting him go into Thieves Town.
It can't get bullied.
Interesting deciding to go to these plays. I guess you got Titans, so just getting Digging Game done out of the way, but maybe Stumpy, then going back into Village of Outcast. Oh, that was it. That was easy. So I think this is kind of, it feels very much like the thoroughness of WindFox's plays. Just getting everything that they can do done.
Yeah, and when seeds start handing out items in kind of gross locations, you just can sort of expect your opponent to also be doing all of the checks.
Yeah.
And so I like it because you just want to be doing all of the checks more efficiently. So just be very thorough.
WindFox also has Ice Palace, but apart from that,
At this point, those are the last two places. WindFox knows the Pearl is in one of those two spots.
don't think they did anything in Village of Outcasts. So this is, so they're really being thorough on these observable checks.
Yeah, and as long as there's a few items still left behind the Moon Pearl whenever you get it, which Cane of Samaria, Ice Rod, Hammer, all still outstanding. It's unlikely that you're going to be able to avoid doing them at some point, so why not now? Seems fair.
And again, this could be, I mean, I don't know WindFox too well, but this could come down to a confidence things, like maybe when, like later on in the tournament or build up a bit more confidence, you'd be like, oh, I feel okay skipping this or skipping that and can do it later. I don't need to do digging game now. It is out of logic. I can do that later when I've got the Moon Pearl. So it could be just that I don't feel overly confident, so I just want to check as much as I can.
I agree with you on that. I was thinking about it, and I definitely see myself being more thorough in this than I would be in modes that I'm more comfortable with.
Definitely.
Partly because I don't feel like I have full agency in all of the decision making that I would like to.
Definitely.
And so if I trust that I'm making some optimal decisions, I may as well make each decision as good as I can once I've made it.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Like we can see, like even in like normal seeds, like people do overclear and want to check everything, and you know what? It just takes that one check that your opponent skipped. So there's no real wrong or right answer to how people play. Because right now, things like Bumper Ledge is quite a bit isolated for Kiebs. Especially with Skullwoods being a pendant.
That's true. I don't know in Kiebs' situation, like when do you get back to that? It looks like Kiebs might be taking the door down here.
That's a good move.
Yeah, I was gonna say not a bad decision after that first laser skip went a little bit off the rails. Obviously. Immediate heart refill. Thanks, game.
Always the way. Getting a little bit bullied there on Laser Bridge. That don't even know what they're called. Beetle thing. Yeah.
Hard hat beetle?
Yeah. I don't know what their official name is.
I don't know what the name of them is.
So I don't know how many items we've pulled out of Thieves Town. I want to say 3. Do have the small key. See if Kiebs decides to leave here and route over to Catfish. Maybe just flute away. Forget about Catfish. Oh, Oh, that was so lucky. Damage calculated. And that's the third crystal there. But I think correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that was all 4 items out of Thieves Town. Oh, really needs that ferry. There we go. So actually Kiebs forgot to get into Dark World, so we'll head into Dark World here. And yeah, WindFox is just going to clean up the Villager Outcast and probably be heading into Skullwoods straight after. Get his shovel, get his Moon Pearl. And they can finally get moving with this seed. But I was saying that, like, being a Moon Pearl behind, like, WindFox is actually still in the Crystal lead. 3-2. And has a pod mostly cleared compared to Kiebs Turtle Rock. Mostly cleared. So it's still anyone's game. Like, we've an hour into the seed and there's still very little between the two runners. So we'll see if Kiebs decides to skip into Palace of Darkness after doing Catfish, which on his sake is it's quite a legitimate play. Like, I agree with it completely. We know it's nothing, but I can completely understand why you would go to Palace of Darkness. And nothing from Catfish. Okay, that's a save and quit. So we're not thinking about pod right now. Decide to do Misery Mire. I can't remember what the medallion was for Misery Mire. Be a GT play, actually. With Samaria and Fire Rod, I think this is a GT play. I do like. Has a lot of items that you can get to. Or it's not a GT play.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. GT play would make some sense.
Yeah.
But it's really just for that right side.
Yeah. Oh, he's doing it this way. Okay, I don't know why. Like, he went up to Hera. He could have just done it through the portal and done it normally. But decided to go through this way.
This will get there.
Yeah. Oh no!
Maybe there's just some indecision. Oh no!
No, this is a super jump.
Okay.
Yeah. So because they haven't checked any of the grove stuff, so that will give them that information.
Fair. And this looks great.
Yeah, I love this clip.
Flying for a little while.
I love the super jump. It's such a great thing. So with that shovel now in WindFox's hand, I'm guessing this is going to be an instant shovel check.
I think it would have to.
You still want to put off that ice palace forever.
Yep. No hammer. We're last locating ice.
Yeah. Definitely.
No hammer, no Samaria. Stay away.
There we go. That's that Moon Pearl for WindFox. And there's the hammer in hype. Okay, that's a really nice find.
Yeah, it's really good pull and kind of a gross spot, but
it is.
Everything was kind of going to seem a little bit gross at this point after the Moon Pearl being as it was.
Yeah. I think the problem is for WindFox because he has checked Stumpy and Digging Game. There's less reason for him to go Hype Cave, even though it is 5 items. So might see WindFox putting that off for a little bit. But we'll see. He's heading straight to their Samaria though.
Yeah, that'll work out favorably. We'll get the Samaria, and we'll see where he goes. I would say Keeps has, a little bit of a head start here, just having been earlier to the Moon Pearl, but we'll have to go back through pod at some point.
Yeah. It's so silly when it's on one dig.
It's excellent.
Decided not to go pick up the Smith. I might have picked up the Smith here. But it's just looking like the Keeps wants to show off some glitches and... Or this could be Misery Mire, actually.
Yeah, although with Mirror, Flute, Mitts...
Yeah.
We don't really need to clip into Mire here.
Yeah.
We can. And then we can get Smith on the tail end of that, but... This is, a little bit nice of a loadout for having to make this play.
I feel like less experienced with glitches like this. You kind of want to try and keep to the normal routes as much as possible and try and avoid doing glitches until you do become more confident with, and that just takes practice and time. Like, we're hardly any time into this tournament, like I said, and like, people have different amounts of times that they've got to practice, and
yeah, like this is the hazard of this.
Exactly.
I don't know if we can mirror out of this.
I think we'll find out.
Oh, and then we can flute to 6. I think we can get this done. So we're gonna check Mire just with 45 extra seconds on it, but it's good to practice. So
Definitely.
I can see, just doing it because, this is the Glitch Mentor tournament, and damn
Absolutely.
it, I want to learn my clips and glitches, and you aren't going to learn them by using Flute and Mitts to go to Mire every time.
Exactly. What are we missing? Are we basically on an Ice Rod hunt right now?
Yep, we're looking for Ice Rod.
Excellent. Never seen that before.
Yeah,
Some things never change.
Yeah, that's got to be one of those things that just happens every once in a while in Overworld Glitches seeds. That it makes the category kind of cute. You just never see this sort of stuff come up in NMG.
So we could see this siege just turning into who's gonna. It's become who's gonna make that right play for the Moon Pearl into who's gonna make the right play for the Ice Rod. I feel like right now.
Yeah, and Keebs, by virtue of staying in Logic, had a nice little head start to that Moon Pearl, but again is gonna presumably give a good chunk of that back in pod. But
yeah,
if the Ice Rod shows up before we get to pod, then where was the big key again?
I think it was in the back somewhere. I want to say,
okay.
Yeah, in the rupee rooms and with the anti-fairies.
Okay, then we're giving most of the time back.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Maze bottom, so even further away, pretty much you have to clear the whole dungeon. Thank you,
Yes, so we're giving back most of the time that WindFox spent. So that's a really nice pod big key location for WindFox in making that play. Mitigates a lot of the potential time loss.
Yeah. I was going to say, the only time that WindFox is going to basically lose at that point is the journey back to pod, which isn't very long at all, really.
Yeah, that's minor. And it's possible that, depending on how bad this Ice Rod gets, that there's a good chance to route it in a little more seamlessly with some other things.
Mm-hmm.
I miss no opportunity to think about the catfish clip down to pod, which I've already cited as my favorite thing that I've learned thus far in this tournament.
Yeah. It just feels so convenient, and it's just so nice, like to do Dark Left Mountain Catfish Pod. Like it's just such
totally
a nice little chain.
It takes some of the worst overworld checks and turns them into this nice, coherent route that has
100%.
like reasonable density. Oh yeah, I don't know if Kiebs is setting up something or just having a little bit of bullying trouble. Yeah, it just looked like, I thought maybe there was something with like maybe just wanted to revive with a fairy.
Yeah. I mean,
you've got... just having a little bit of a distraction.
Yeah, I think that's probably what it was. Probably just talking to your mentor. It can be so hard, especially like I said, like you're less familiar when you're trying to chat to someone while playing something you're not used to playing.
Totally. It's already, for me, I was just like, all right, it's hard for me to think about like the macro routing that's new to me.
Yeah.
While doing even familiar like micro execution on some of these screens, let alone trying to then have someone else in my ear talking to me about completely different things. It's very easy to get overloaded in this.
So here's that GT play was mentioning earlier from WindFox. So, and keeping away from the hammer, unfortunately for them, because they have cleared out some of the grove checks. So, I mean, it's completely the right play, I believe, for them.
Yeah, this is we're still.
Oh.
We're gonna use that rightmost pixel, the good old safety pixel. Ew, man, Kiebs.
This is terrifying right now.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get some bow action. Okay, that's good.
Okay, we're just gonna hope for a good lightning here.
No.
Okay.
That was too close.
Yeah, I do not endorse this fight.
Oh my God. This is terrifying.
Don't do this to me.
GG's on that fight, getting it done.
Yeah, makes it through. That's a good way to clutch it out after taking a little bit extra damage early. I apologize, Obscure. This has been a blast, but I have to step away, so...
No worries. Well,
thank you for letting me join you, and I'm sure that the end of this race is going to be pretty excellent. It looks like it's, this ice rod hunt could go either way.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But yeah, thanks for joining. Been fun.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me in, and enjoy the end of the race. And GG's to both of our runners, and thanks to Malmo and everything for helping organize this.
All right. Thanks a lot, Michael. Okay, so let's continue with this race. So we have found the GT big key. WindFox is gonna continue here, and we'll probably get the climb done. So still making a lot of progress, even though still missing that hammer, which Kiebs has. But still making lots of progress. So if the ice rod doesn't end up being in GT, this could potentially save WindFox a bit of time here by not going right side. However, Kiebs does have a lot more checks and a lot more chance to find this ice rod, so we'll see what happens here. Hey, the mirror shield. So most likely Kiebs will probably pick that up as well. see what's behind the ice armors, and we're going to get the left side checks as well from Kiebs, so we're going to get a lot of checks quite quickly. We'll be missing out on that big key for a little bit. So nothing behind the ice armors. Just a bunch of keys there in the Stalfos room, so far this hammer hasn't had too much influence for Kiebs. And as expected, WindFox is now decided to climb. Actually has a pretty nice layout here, or loadout I should say, for the GT climb. Sometimes in the overall glitches you can be a little bit underpowered. And then no doubt once Kiebs is finished clearing out the basement here, we'll then also go and climb. Of course, we haven't even mentioned the possibility we've got the 6 items Swamp Palace, plus Green Pendant, plus Pedestal. Also still looming there, so it could be one of these growth seeds where we just sit here finding nothing for ages, just to find it in a pendant dungeon. It's gonna be, it's like right now, it's really hard to tell like who's actually got the advantage here in this race. So I think it's really just going to come down to when is WindFox going to check the hype cave. Oh, and there's the ice rod. That's go mode. 119. I want to say 50 for Kiebs. So now, yeah, I can agree with you there, Tam. I don't think Ice Rod is in Swamp anymore. So now the pressure's really on WindFox. Really needs to find this hammer and needs to go back to GT. I don't think WindFox is out of it yet. But they have got a couple more dungeons cleared. They've got Pod cleaned out as well. So they have less places to go, I guess. But they're going to need to kind of clutch through this little play here to find this ice rod. And the longer it takes, the more their any advantage that they gained is going to slip away. I mean, fortunately for WindFox, Kiebs is going to get this GT big key a little bit later. Taking a little bit more time. So this is the kind of stuff that WindFox needs right now. However, once GT is done, it's just going to be clear the dungeons. Just go anywhere, just clear the dungeons as efficiently as possible. And it's no guarantee that WindFox might go back to GT. Like, there's going to be, once he finds the hammer, there's going to be better places to go. So it'll be really interesting to see what the decisions are. Especially with the way WindFox has been playing. Very conservative, very consistent. So it wouldn't 100% surprise me if we see a GT play straight after hammer. A hammer find. And Kiebs now going to pick up his big key. I'm going to pick these up for good measure. There we go. So the race is on. We have 4 crystals to clear on Kiebs' side. And the same on WindFox's side. We both have GT done. So we'll see, because it's going to land him on the pyramid here. So he... Oh no, well, we don't have the hammer, do we? So You're either going to have to clip your way into the teleporter by Link's house, or do a super jump, or just do the long walk round, or run round, I should say. But then might get sidetracked by things like Smith Chain. Some nice Aga patterns there. That was a really nice Aga fight. You can swim there. Trying to think of how that one will work. Of course you can swim there. There's probably ways there, but I can't think of anything, at least with my knowledge. So we'll see where WindFox goes. Anyway, so this might be the swimmy thing that Malmo mentioned. Oh no, this is going to be a hook shot over to Village of Outcast area. No? Getting some potions. Going to Catfish, okay. No, I was thinking maybe a fake flute down there. So this is just the let's do Catfish. Oh, oh no, you're back on 1 heart. Why have you got to stress us like this? Okay, you just need that Beamos to pave. Oh my god. Oh, you don't even have powder. This is one of those moments, like my good friend Hayfield Bay would always say, potion shop is just a flute away. Never hurts to go there. But playing it nice and safe. I agree with that. Just get it done slowly, better than taking a death. Right. Alright, well, we've got a backup heart there, so we're up to 2. WindFox is back in Misery Mire. I'm not going to save any time here because Kiebs also cleaned this out, so it should be... Oh no! Oh! Was that a 1.0? I absolutely agree with you leaving. You're in go mode, like, just leave that to the end. Oh, that's really unfortunate. Had that happen in like big races before. Just got 1-0'd on that 1.0'd on that bridge. But yeah, just leave. Do GT at the end. You can just drop down to Ganon afterwards. And there we go. There's the potion shop. Let's get a bit of recovery. It's always nice to have some potions in your pocket because you can play a bit more reckless. Of course, we are still on this Master Sword Silverless Ganon fight. So I'm going to assume that you're going to keep opening chests, hoping for a sword or some silvers or something. See what Kiebs decides to do here. If we're going to take out the Pengator room, or if we're just going to go mode. We are going to take it out. Small key for your trouble. Always nice to find a small key early on, especially if you're go mode in it. I'm guessing you're gonna pick up the easy things, even if it's slightly out your way. Okay, you're gonna go straight through that door, so you're gonna have to look for that big key. I guess that gives you a reason to open more stuff. Rule of fire. It's actually not a bad bombos to find though, because you can use that on the boss, especially with your bit short on magic. So you might get some fire rod shots in if you wanted as well on cold stare. Like Master Sword cold stare is not a fun fight. Yeah, not worried about iced tea. We don't care about that. We did have silvers on WindFox's side. I don't know where it was picked up, actually. I didn't see where the second one... Was that in the GT climb? In the climb. Gotcha. Deciding to go for some Master Sword slashes rather than just silvers, but again, it's what you're comfortable with, and that's another crystal in WindFox's pocket. So that's 5 crystals now for WindFox plus GT. So still has a good chance to get back into this. Like, it's definitely not over yet. Now looks like they might be doing a bit of cleanup here. Don't know if this is going to be back of Skull Woods. Oh no, you're back to low health. Okay, you got those blue potions at least this time, so... No worries, we'll just fire rod it to death. There we go. Nicely done. WindFox heading the right way. This is probably the Smith chain, but hopefully we'll route the purple chests in with Hype Cave. So we'll get that hammer quite soon. This is all time lost right now for WindFox, though. That's the only problem. I'm guessing this is now Thieves' Towns for Kiebs. Not doing hammer pegs, thankfully, and that's going to save WindFox again a little bit of time. Oh, but they've actually oh, they're going to go back, aren't they, and then do hammer pegs. Okay, so they are going to do hammer pegs. We're just handing this in real quick. So that was the Thieves' Town big key. Just going to, yeah. I mean, I agree with this, that you're doing these extra checks, trying to find a sword, maybe. They're quite quick checks at the front here anyway. And you can almost guarantee that your opponent's probably done it, so you're not losing any time, really. Okay, so WindFox is heading back down. This will probably be not hammer pegs. So we're going to get that hammer. This is still really, really close. So I'm guessing with that hammer, that might be just an instant pod play, which would make absolute sense. Possibly, probably a nice play. I think once pod and ice is done, I think that's going to be the real clincher of what WindFox decides to do next, which is going to make or break this seed for either runner. Yeah, well, we've got a little bit of a lull in the seed. I know we are getting close, but I mean, please do follow these runners. I mean, they've put on a great performance for our enjoyment, and it's been like one of the better races I've seen, to be honest. Like, even now, I still don't know who's going to win this one. Like, this has been a really, really great race, and it seems like both runners have learned a lot from their mentors as well. So feel free to give Homemade Beer and Flip Hill a follow as well. As we are now heading to the maiden cell. I don't think we saw the big chest. I don't think there was an item in there. Kiebs is going to check it out. I have a feeling it's just going to be a dungeon item. It was. A little trouble there with the icebreaker, but gets through it nicely. Oh, just gets a little bit knocked there by blind. It shouldn't be a problem anyway. Brings the cape out for safety, but it should be pretty easy. Oh, blind just... There we go. Nice. So now we're equal on crystals. So the only difference between the two runners right now is WindFox having the pod already cleared and a completed GT. I'm guessing this might be a pod play next. Of course, we know that the Palace of Darkness big key is not very friendly. Again, this is not really much time then. Overall, in the end, loss for WindFox, like doing that really early pod. He's now going to make up quite a bit of time. Did also check iced tea room. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do. Like, I've seen, like, in all these glitch seeds, I've seen quite a bit of items in pod. Yeah, so it's like Maniacal was saying earlier, like the chain of Dark Death Mountain, Catfish, Pod. It's just, it feels such a good thing, like a good chain to route. So I don't think like early pods are necessarily bad plays. It's just a little unexpected at the time. I mean, how often do we see double dips pods? Quite often. Kiebs is in go mode, yes. So WindFox still needs to get Ice Rod in GT. WindFox has cleared GT, but didn't have the hammer when he was there. However, they're on equal crystals. WindFox also has most of pod, apart from the boss, cleaned out. So it's still pretty undecided, this race. All it needs right now is WindFox to go to GT, and that's going to be a very close race, to be honest. I can't even say it'll give him an advantage, because I don't know if it would. But after Palace of Darkness, or... Is this Swamp? I think this is Swamp. Yes, I think this might be... I think this might be it for WindFox. I mean, I can understand the play. Absolutely understand the play. Because you've got the 6 items plus green pendant plus potentially pedestal. Unfortunately for him, we do know that is not the right play. But I don't think it's the wrong play. It's not the right one. Like, given the stuff that WindFox has cleaned out, like, you've already cleaned out pod. Like, I think there might be an item. Actually, I don't even know if there's an item on Helmasaur. I guess we'll find out in a moment anyway, from Kieb's side. So, like, the real main checks is kind of like... feels like left side GT. Like, it's left side GT or Swamp. And... it's a coin toss, really. It's track. Okay, so yeah, then it's just a dungeon item on Helma. So yeah, no reason for WindFox to go to Palace of Darkness right now. But yeah, it is a coin toss. I think WindFox has, what is it, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11 checks left in GT. So Kieb's going to pick up his big key in a moment here. Not particularly nice big key, but I guess at least you know your opponent's also going to be doing this, and it gives you that opportunity to find that tempered sword. Doesn't check the big chest though. Maybe you kind of already figured out it was garbage. Heading straight to the back here. Just for the sake of having a really interesting finish into the race, I'd assume the green pendant check would be next, and then maybe back into GT. There's a tempered sword, so getting that sword advantage as well. Because it looks like we might be ending up on a Master Sword Silver Ganon fight. So if WindFox comes back into Swamp here, that's mostly game, I feel like. But if WindFox leaves, hands in the green pendant, and goes straight into GT, we could still have a race here. I agree. And the way WindFox has been playing, it's been very, very consistent and conservative. So it wouldn't surprise me if WindFox came back in, especially with quite a few items still to go. You kind of leave Compass Chest if you've got the intention of coming back in. So yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all. But like I said, just for the sake of having a close photo finish. Like WindFox really needs to leave and just focus on that green pendant and be like, well, Swamp was the wrong play. Does mirror. So let's see what happens here. Meanwhile, Kiebs doing a helmet fight. Nicely done. But here we go. 6 crystals now, taking the advantage, the crystal advantage. Has taken the portal as well, so gonna do the green pendant hand in and join it in with Palace of Darkness here. Just the powder. Gonna lead him, might lead him away for more checks. No. Oh, and there's the flute. Oh, this might just be, yeah, instantly, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, what's this? Is this a Skull Woods play? I'm not sure what the intention was with bringing the portal to Sahara. Unless, like, decisions are just being made really quickly and the minds being changed. I'd assume originally the idea was Sahar into Palace of Darkness. And here comes that conservative play, like decided to gamble hammer pegs, but yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like his mind's being changed a couple of times there. Because I don't know why otherwise you would go to Dark World to Sahara and then leave. It wouldn't make sense. Hopefully. I keep saying this, hopefully we go to GT. Like, time's really running out for WindFox because Kiebs is now mirror wrapping. And we'll be getting their 7th crystal. There we go. Nicely done. Need to head back. And hop down. So this is going to be extremely quick for Kiebs. There we go. And the door's even open as well, so you can just run straight in. So here's the original plan. Going back to pod, which is good, because it needs to be done. But I'm starting to feel like this might be a little too late for WindFox now. It also got the weapon advantage. I don't know if it's going to be enough for WindFox to get into this, though, even if GT is the next play. Because I think... I mean, there's always the inevitable disasters, or not inevitable, but the unfortunate disasters that could happen for Kiebs. Nice, you had that backup potion, good. It's going to continue slashing that head. Playing a little safe, that's fine. Guy's head made, yeah. I can believe that. I mean, this fight is never fun with Master Sword anyway. But yeah, that Icehead decided to make a mess in that dungeon. That's 2 hammer hits, 3, 5. And with like that, we have 7 crystals for Kiebs. Just now needs to do GT. And conveniently gets the nice little drop down as well to Ganon. So even going to save a bit of time there. Just gonna mirror and flute or hammer. So you're going back into dark. So it's actually quicker to just either save and quit, or I don't know if it's quicker to save and quit or flute, but just to go back to 1 and clip your way back into GT. I believe. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I don't think that saves that much time. I just remember from the RMG runs, like you get your 7th crystal from Turtle Rock, save and quit, and clip back round to GT. Right, so this is actually looking like it might be a GT play here from WindFox. So I still feel like it might be a little bit too late. But it's going to be really close. I mean, there's always that possibility. I mean, Kiebs is going to get silver arrows here, so it's not going to be the 24 spins at the end. It's just going to be the 12 plus 12. I don't think that's going to be enough. Plus, WindFox also needs to pick up his Ice Rod, which was in Rando Room, so that's going to also cost time. Then actually needs to... Like, I'm happy the race is going to be this close. Because I think both runners deserve this, basically. Like, they deserve a close race. Because this whole time, like, there's just been nothing between the two of them. They've made some really interesting plays. And like the Divergent was crazy to see, like they're just all over the place, and now they've just kind of met up at the end. And I think it's just an honor to both the runners, just like to have this kind of close race at the end. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So it was almost a 50-50 basically. So I'm guessing dungeon items and stuff are on this side. Wasn't really counting dungeon items. I guess go, like, lack of a better word, go mode in Swamp, which essentially is what you've sort of done. Probably just as quick as going left side GT. DM room was compass plus 3 small keys, and there's the Ice Rod. We'll need to save and quit again. There's 152.53, I want to say. Go mode for WindFox. So even though like there was a massive difference between the two go modes, it's actually still going to converge. Be extremely close. Oh, gotcha. So there was only like one key around. But let's see how this race ends up. We still don't know exactly what's going to happen. Oh, WindFox. I think this is just kind of, again, panic mode, jump down. This is time that you really can't lose. And there we go. There's the silver arrows. So essentially, I feel like this siege is going to come down to Ganon execution. Oh, and there's a fall. Kiebs really can't afford that right now. Since he's just giving back time to WindFox. And there's the mirror wrap. Oh no! There's a second fall. Oh no, and a soft lock. Or a hard lock, I should say. Oh, I think both runners are quite stressed out. You can kind of see, like, just... like, Moldorm is just putting the pressure on Kiebs right now. Okay, gets that second slash, so it shouldn't enter a rage phase. Nice. Gets it done. Oh, that was a really nice triple there. So WindFox that's kind of like the old technique. I think that was a technique that used to be used. Was it Apathy Duck? That kind of found the consistent setup with the leap. Oh, I can say Boomer. Boomer. I don't know why I'm saying Boomer. Obviously, I've... not cool enough to understand the joke. So here we go. Like this is so Kiebs heading into Ganon. I don't know if you've got any potions on you. Might just decide to take a death and gotcha. I'm still very confused, but I'll go with it. So this is going to be a much quicker try next fight now from WindFox with that sword execution. But this is going to be extremely close. I still can't call this really. I think Kiebs does still have maybe a slight advantage here, but it can quite easily go wrong. Master Sword Ganon fight is not free. Especially when he does stuff like that. Oh, this is really exciting. I'm so glad I got to comm this race. This is what you want. This is why you watch Rando, regardless of what mode it is. But these extremely close race, like almost 2 hours in, and they're both going to be hitting Ganon at the same time. Oh, that's a really nice setup there for Kiebs. Ganon's sitting up in that corner. Losing a bit of magic with the cape on, but not taking any chances. As long as you don't run out of magic. Oh, you're gotta be careful. Okay. I know you got silver arrows, but there's not much magic there to play with. So we're still on phase 2. And here's phase 3, so I feel like after this, they're kind of on equal terms. So checking your bottles. Oh, you've got a blue. Okay. I didn't realize you still had a blue. That's really good. So yeah. So here we go for WindFox. Like really going to need this 1-1 cycle if he's going to have any chance. Which it looks like he does have. He's on to phase 2. However, Ganon is starting his phase 4 here for Kiebs. Just going to take it safe and use the torch glitch. I approve of that. Maybe get a triple. Just going to go for a single here. And another single. Just again taking it safe. Yeah, no need to risk it at this point. No need to throw it when you're this far into a seed. As WindFox is on phase 3, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And that's blowing up Ganon on Kiebs' side. Just needs to cross the bridge now and officially finish the race. And GG's to Kiebs, finishing at 2 hours and 6 seconds as WindFox has also killed the pig. And finishes at 2 hours and 19 seconds. That was extremely close. What a race. That was incredible. I can't believe it got so close at the end. That was amazing. After like almost 2 completely different routes to literally finish within like 15 seconds of each other is incredible. I mean, GG's to both winners. Honestly, I'm so glad I got to watch this one. But yeah, well done, Kiebs. Don't know if you wanted to have a little interview at all, seeing as you're here. I know WindFox isn't here. I don't know if Homemade Beer wanted to say anything either, being the mentor for WindFox. I mean, it just kind of shows like after like just what 2 weeks, like this is now the 2nd week and already executing like this is, and having races like this. I mean, this is what this tournament's all about. Like it's fun, it's a lot to learn, but clearly you guys are just smashing it right now. Yeah, absolutely agree. Cool tournament. Awesome. So yeah, thank you again. Once again, please feel free to follow these runners, KiebsGaming and WindFox470. Put on an amazing race, just 15 seconds between them in the end, and literally couldn't call it. It was just a great race to watch in general. So well done to both of you, and thank you so much to Flip Hill and Homemade Beer for stepping in as mentors. I know it's not always easy. But yeah, you guys are doing a great job, and it just kind of shows. Like you could see, there was a lot of learning, a lot of talking going on during this race. So thank you so much to both the mentors. Thank you again, as always, to Malmo for hosting the tournament and putting on these vodcasts. Like, we really do appreciate all the work that you put into this tournament. So thank you so much. I haven't really got anything else to say. I don't think there's any more races. I don't know if you're going to put any more. I don't even know. I think it was just the one race today, Malmo. I think there's a few more races over the weekend. That's so yeah, kind of watch this space really. Like the weekend, I think there's quite a few more races. So, oh, Gamma versus Maniacal was today. Gotcha. Probably won't be around for that because I should probably sleep at some point. But I completely forgot about Gamma versus Maniacal. And 2 others. Okay, there's a lot of races. Wow. Okay. Brilliant. So yeah, I mean, yeah, good luck to the runners. Good luck if you're going to restream it. Oh, going to be live. Awesome. Amazing. So yeah, hope everyone's looking forward to that one. That's going to be fun. But yeah, take care, everyone. I haven't really got anything else to add here. So yeah, have a good night. Enjoy whatever you're doing for the rest of the evening and have a good weekend.